Love it.
Unfiltered, Chip Davis running the show. Patrick DeVita, a.k.a. P-Dub, shooting the shots, turning the knobs. Bringing it to you, unfiltered in the 904. Joe Capo 904, Unfiltered Fishing Show.
Oh. Woo! Love it. Oh my God.
Patrick, you never disappoint. You never disappoint. Come on, let's hear it for Patrick.
Hey, roll on, roll on. Love it.
Hey, I got chill bumps.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, all the way down my spine.
I thought your air conditioner was on low.
Well done, Patrick. I can dig that vibe. I like it. Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm Chip Davis. That's P-Dubs. I got the one and only.
Hey, thank you, Jesus. That was awesome.
We're in the
Patrick.
904 Unfiltered, and we're about to have a really, really good show, and I'm super, super excited.
What's up?
There he is. That's my boy right there, P-Dubs.
Unfiltered.
We are Unfiltered, and if you guys have been following our podcast, it'll be amazing where we've come, where we were, and where we are today, only because of this guy right here. So let's give me some applause, man. Come on.
Thank you, Patrick. That was awesome intro. Awesome intro song.
You cannot, Rome wasn't built alone, and everybody always like this chip that, but I've built an army of people behind me that have helped me kind of like propel and project and get into to doing what I enjoy. But I'll tell you straight up, like I can't do the show without him, but he can't do the show without me.
Think it till you make it, bro.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Over here.
You got
I'm getting my lesson.
to make it
God,
down.
that's the most touch I've had all year. Thank you, Jesus.
Good thing we're unfiltered in the
You said I was
904.
going to get wet tonight.
All right, guys. Well, hey, real quick, before we get diving into this unreal special guest, I'm going to introduce real after we get done talking about what I have in front of me, which is the new Mix and Irie seltzers.
What?
Yep. We're sitting there.
I'm going to tell you, they're refreshing.
They're very refreshing.
Yeah,
I mean, Joe, what's your honest opinion? Because we've already shot ours.
Well, I hit the lemon, the cherry lime. The cherry, I couldn't read it with my glasses on.
Well,
cherry lime is very...
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Thank you. I like
so
that also.
That's definitely my favorite. And we want to go ahead and thank Mix and Irie. I want to thank, first and foremost, Nick Rochelle.
He's the man, yeah.
He is the chef and owner-operator of AB Kitchen. And his partners are Hobie Sears and Kai Hunter. We're gonna have Kai and Hobie on here. I'm not so sure Nick will come in and speak with us. I think he's kind of a camera shy guy,
and he's super busy.
Super busy. And if you haven't checked out his restaurant, it's AB Kitchen. It's right next to Angie Subs in Atlantic Beach. He is chef. He went to culinary school in New York. And the reason why
Chime it off.
It's the dog.
And the reason why I'm talking about that and everything, because behind the scenes, his father, Ben Gershell, is the title sponsor for the Jacksonville Flounder Pounder and a good friend of mine. And he's always been a stand-up guy, and he's been with me for 15 straight years. And I'm looking forward to going and seeing him soon to get the
shout out right
yeah.
there.
And Ben Gershell is a self-made restaurateur. Is that the correct word? Restaurateur. So he has. If people are locally know, he's got Marker 32 was his first one. He's got Valley Smoke, Dockside, North Beach Fish Camp, Palm Valley Fish Camp. Billy Jack's. If you haven't been to Billy Jack's, shout out on Hector Drive. It's freaking amazing. It's a scratch kitchen. It's barbecue.
He's got a hell of a repertoire.
And not only that, you know what he told me? He believes in me. And sometimes you have to have somebody like a mentor. And I've always told Ben that I look up to him like, and I don't want to help take that like a father figure, but he's helped me, given me confidence to do what I do. He's supported me financially, like donating to the school. And he's also been there for me when I need to talk. And not a lot of people you can say that you can just call Ben Gershell and he'll pick up the phone. Yeah. I mean that's kudos to me because I've never really embarrassed him, and I've always done what I said I was going to do. So anyhow, so we want to thank.
That feels like how I feel about you.
Well, we're going to dive in that in just a second.
All right.
So what I want to say, I want to go ahead and so you'll be seeing these awesome koozies. Go check them out. Mix and Irie. Look at their like their Instagram page. They're locally selling them in different. I wish we had like some of the lists where you can purchase.
We'll get
them.
those when the guys come on.
But
we're gonna have them on the show.
Yeah, we'll have Hobe and Hunter on the show. Or Kai. I'm losing. But anyhow, I'm terrible with names. But I'll never forget a face.
And you're getting old.
I am getting old. So we're gonna go ahead and we want to go ahead and tell once again, Mix and Irie, go check them out. They're a seltzer. I know guys like drinking beers, but I don't like the bloatedness. This is really truly refreshing. And we did have a soon to be announced guest go ahead and give his opinion. So in a minute, can you give me no drum rolls or have some claps?
We got
a little drums. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Mayport, Florida, the Mayport Mafia. I want to give you the 2-time winner, record holder, aggregate holder, the one and only St. Augustine Minorcan Joe Capo.
Oh, I'm so blessed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jesus, first, and thank you, Grandma Ivy.
Well,
thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah,
man.
thank you, Joe. I told you you'd be a great guest.
Are you
heard a
kidding
lot
me? I
about
wouldn't
you,
miss it unless I won the lottery or something.
Oh, it's good to keep
Well,
up with it. You know,
I'd have to collect the money, and then we'd really have a
I did just give you like the most unreal intro, but let's step back real quick.
Hey, we can shoot the show from your
So wait a
helicopter
minute,
when you
are
go
we
to pick
live?
up.
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and so we just talked. Let's walk back and dive into your history. How old were you started fishing, Joe?
6 months old.
Come on, man.
Listen.
You're using your
Call
little
my
pole.
mama right now.
We're using your little pole.
Listen, my grandmother told my mother that she'll never miss a day of fishing for her damn grandchild. So she took me at 6 months old, and I sat on her lap, and she told me to reel, and I turned the handle at 6 months old.
Okay.
Call my
All
mama
right.
right now.
I'll get some. You know, what I mean,
And
I'll do
listen,
my due diligence.
And I've been reeling ever since.
Good. You know, I'm just messing with you. I know you have a long history. Well, Joe, you're a legend down in St. Augustine. I mean, you know, fishing is not like it was like with you and I when I grew up fishing with no social media. Nobody was spot checking. Nobody's ripping you off. Nobody's out there claiming to be the man and all that. So I have a lot. I got 35 years of fishing.
We never even had cell phones back then.
I know. But what I'm saying is, so you come from a generation where we didn't have all that. So now we step in a new world, and everybody, you know, the problem with winning. Everybody loves to win, but the problem is nobody likes to lose, and nobody really loses with class. So they're always going to try to jump on the guy that kicked your ass, you know, which I think is kind of pathetic. But getting back to that, when's the first time you went flounder fishing?
Probably before I could remember.
Okay.
Be honest with you.
Well, who was your mentor other than Grandma? Was your dad?
My grandfather and my grandmother, they both were.
Were they Minorcans?
Of course.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We came from the island of Minorca, 47 families that traveled from Spain, off the tip of Spain, from an island of Minorca to St. Augustine. Basically, we were supposed to claim it for the Queen of Spain, and there was supposed to be golden riches. All we found was malaria and natives.
I was going to ask how that worked out for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Minorcans?
No, the land of the flowers is also.
Well,
Because I come from.
what do you? Does the name Usina ring a bell?
Yeah.
You seen a fish camp and all that?
Yep.
You know, do you ever the Take 5 party boat?
Oh,
Can you seen it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I went on that charter boat in 1991 or 92.
The slow boat to China.
It was a slow boat. It was a single screw diesel. It was.
It would catch fish. It would catch fish. My buddy Ricky Burris was a mate on that boat, and he now owns the bait shack down there in St.
Okay,
Augustine.
well, get this.
And he was a mate on that boat, and they would catch fish.
I wonder if he was
every
mate
time.
in the day that I was out there. It was like 91, 92.
Well, guarantee it because he was his only mate, and now they're not fishing anymore because of that. But anyway, they were a long time. They'd have to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning instead of most people leaving at 5, 6 o'clock to make it to the stream on time.
What do you think? They run 18 knots or something?
12 at the most.
Oh, man.
But guess what?
That's all you hear, a diesel.
They throw the rods out right when they left the inlet, and they'd troll all the way there and back for high-speed trolling all the way there back, and they'd catch more fish than most people, and they'd have to be home.
Whoa.
They have to leave 2 hours earlier before most people had to.
Well, because we didn't have go-fast boats back then. Everybody had,
No, it was one of the
They
very
had
first.
like the 31 Bertrams, you know, with the single screw
It's
diesel.
a classic boat. It's at Aunt Kate's down there in St.
Oh, it
Augustine.
is?
Yeah, it's still
I went
there.
on. It's a Take 5.
It's on the rail right there. It's
Oh,
getting
wow.
refurbished right
I'm
now.
going to have to go do a little video on that.
And Ken Usine owns that.
Yeah,
also,
so real quick before I just want to tell you, so I was working, believe it or not, I was a plumber's helper. you bet. Yeah, well,
You're going
yeah.
deep on that one.
Well, I mean, I didn't know what I was really wanting to do yet with my life, so I had to work. And so I'd say it was in the 80s, Joe. It was actually like 88. So the plumber took us all on a charter boat, and the mate showed up on the Take 5 because he was catching bait all night, so he caught a bunch of croakers. So the first thing they did was take us out a little bit short of the 21 bottom, and we bottom fished for AJs, and the first 2 fish were 70 and 80, and I was like, I'm done. I don't want another one.
Yeah.
No more for me. That's it, man.
Pound for pound, the AJ will
Reef
fight all the
donkey.
way to the boat, and they'll wear you out. And
It's the first fish I ever
it's
caught.
a great charter boat starter because then you weed out the fishermen.
You know, the Miss Mayport out.
You know, the guy's either throwing up or he's in the
All right,
house.
get this guy that's been talking badass the whole time going out there and put him on a 80-pound jack. All right, he's in the cabin for the rest of the day.
I think
He's
I was
out of the
9.
way.
I think I was 9 years old. I went on the Miss Mayport first deep sea headboat. 47-pound amberjack whooped me hard.
Dude,
I was
it-
bruised
they're-
on both sides, all the way up and down.
You
my
know the
back.
nickname's a reef donkey. That's what they call him,
Oh,
reef
is it?
donkey.
We called it golden grouper back in the day.
So anyhow, I don't want to get off track here. So anyhow, that's some of the history that I know, and like I said, sometimes people don't know that I have a long history in fishing myself. Even though I put on the baddest tournaments now and all that, but if you want to talk fishing, I'll take you all the way back to the mid '80s. I mean, I've been
I
doing it
worked
for a
on
long
the charter
time.
boats for 18 years down there in St. Augustine and at the conch house, and it was like a routine for me to come after I fished, catch bait at the dock like pinfish and spots and stuff, and like take them offshore because they catch live bait is the action.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what we
I've always
did.
been a live bait guy.
But that's what Ken was like. We're waiting on the mate. I said, well, who's that? And here he comes, dude. And he showed. It's probably your buddy.
Yeah, Ricky Burr.
Yeah, I think his name was Ricky. He showed up and he had a bucket full of croakers, and we put him in the live well in the first place we did. But then we trolled, and so we got a nice mixture of dolphin. He was
He would
running.
be
He was
sitting
running.
at my grandmother's house with his flat bottom boat, like with his 25 Evan reel on the back, going, wing, ring, ring, come on, we're going to miss the tide. I'd jump out of my mama's car because she went to college and dropped me off at my grandma's house and run down the dock, jump in his boat, and she's like, say good morning to my grandmother, your grandmother. And then I'd go, morning, grandma, and she'd go, bring me back them fish, boy. And it was on. Me and Ricky. So now, yeah.
So to make sure you ask Ricky, because I'm guaranteed he was a mate, and it's just, I mean, that's such a good walk. But but anyhow, so we know you have a long history of fishing. So let's, even though we're going to probably do like 3 or 4 segments with you.
My grandparents, or my grandfather and my uncle worked down at Marineland. They caught the very first dolphin, and my uncle Ronnie worked down at Marineland.
I love
caught
Marineland.
The first captured porpoise or dolphin,
Right.
as they call a porpoise actually, in captivity was caught by my uncle Ronnie and my grandfather and my uncle David. So
Nice. So you do have a long history down there.
they used to hang over and let the porpoise come up and take the herring out of their mouth while they're leaning over to the thing, and they had to.
That's awesome.
I think it was Nelly or something.
Was
but,
that before SeaWorld?
Yeah.
Marineland was the very first
That's cool. I didn't know
spot.
that.
But anyway, it's still going amazingly.
So anyhow, I've done a really good job of not walking Joe real quick. So me and Joe will talk like at midnight, and he'll go after 10 minutes. Can I say one word, Chip? I was like, okay, you can talk. So I want to take a walk down memory lane real quick. So let's talk about the very first time that I met Joe Capo. Okay, this is a true story. It was during the 2015 Flounder Pounder. I moved my captain's meeting to PVO, which at the time wasn't owned by Paul Rohan. Because I kind of panicked because I used to do the captain's meetings at Dick's Wings, and it was just, I was going to go get the fire marshal was going to be there. So you got to figure out the captain's meeting at this time. I'm still learning the game and all that, and people are just pulling me, and I'm walking, hey, what Chip? I've got a really good story, but I won't tell it because it should be unfiltered, but it has to do with the magazine Void. Remember Void magazine?
I already heard that story, and it's a great one. You should
I won't
not
say it. I
Well,
won't say
listen, they won't see it.
No, I don't care. I won't. Anyhow, so I just got done handling that situation, and I feel this tugging on my shirt. Hey.
Some little dude.
I'll turn around and go, hey, what's up, man? He goes, I'm Joe Capo, and I'm gonna win your tournament. I said,
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I said, if I had $1 for every person that's told me that in the last 6 years, I'd be a millionaire, man. Good luck, brother. I'll
Look
see you
at
at the
you
weigh-in.
now.
How'd that work out for you, Chip?
He won.
He's a millionaire.
I'm not a millionaire, but I'm a damn sure try. I'm trying to climb a mountain. But anyhow, so I walk away from him, and Joe just kind of stood there, and he was with Chris, and he didn't say anything. He didn't act like the Joe Capo we all know. He just kind of let it roll. But I was a very busy man, and so we took Friday off, and then we fished. Well, Saturday morning, Joe called me because my number's all over it's available to anybody if I can answer at that time. Don't call me at 2:30 in the afternoon and think I'm going to answer my phone when the weigh-in's going on. I mean, I'll have 60, 70 missed messages. Like, I'm going to stop and do what I'm doing. If you don't, I can't. So anyhow, Joe calls me and goes, and it was right after Hurricane Matthew. Hurricane Matthew destroyed St. Augustine. It destroyed St. Augustine. And then it moved 15 miles off our coast. blew out the Jackson Beach piers in 2015. Remember?
Right.
You were
Yeah.
fishing new
Yeah.
rock piles.
It blew. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even knowing if I was going to have the tournament. I was going to cancel it. It beat up Beach Marine. Remember when Beach Marine was like raggedy? And it
Yeah.
had all those overhangs, like, I mean,
They
They scabbed onto it, and then
yeah,
finally,
yeah. Well, that Hurricane Matthew, I don't know if you.
Yeah, it's left us
So
mark.
Matthew came through 2 weeks before the 2015 Flounder Pounder. So I'm on the verge, like people are suffering. Some people went a week without electric because I mean it was a bad storm.
I remember
actually,
you called me and said, I don't know
I don't know if I'm going to do the tournament.
I mean, like, you already had everything set up and everything.
Well, but everybody was encouraging me, like, we need the tournament shit. We need the tournament. So I remember.
get your mind off
I
everything.
did. So I was at the time, I was a host on the Still Just Fishing show. And I remember looking out the window and there was a cold front came through that morning. So it was overcast northwest winds. The barometer was perfect. I looked at Cap Mike, Vic Tyson and said, there's a bite. And nobody had really called in. And then about 8:45, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I'm down at Mobby and I get a call. And this guy's like, we got him. I said, who's this? He goes,
I said, what time can we come
Yeah, he
in?
goes,
I
what
said,
time?
what time's the earliest we can
I
come
said, well,
in?
what do you got, bro? He goes, oh, we got him. And I knew there was a bite. And it was like probably one of the best bites we had. We weighed like 60 boats that tournament, dude. You usually only average about 30 people weighing in. So the fish were jumping on the hooks, but the big girls were chewing. So what
I think
I'm gonna,
that storm held them in,
it didn't let them flush
Yeah,
out because
yeah.
it kept everything in. And so I'm going to go ahead and let Joe Capo tell you. I want to hear the story about the 10.5 pounder. We know you had an 8 and all that. We don't want to go too far because I don't want to lose people's attention. So I want you to tell me, Joe Capo, in the Joe Capo Fishing Show way, about the 10.5 pounder you caught, the rod you were using, the setup, everything. Get in 3, 2, 1, go.
well, it all started back way in. Actually, it was almost 12 o'clock, midday, and the tide was super high.
You hadn't caught the 10 yet?
No,
You got the 8 and the
I'm
6.
leading up to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
So
bad.
we had the 6 and 8, and I called you and said we're coming to the show already.
Okay.
That's when,
Right.
and then all we could catch was about 8 to 12-inch mullet, and it was like, I'm trying to keep the 6 and 8 alive because all we had was a big igloo curl, the biggest got cooler you have right there, and we had 4 bubble boxes on each corner.
I remember.
And
I remember
was
when you walked up with him.
giving them fresh water, and I just grabbed a mullet that was about 8 inches. I slung him out the back off of my cobia rod, which I fished
Yeah,
off.
tell people about that real quick.
Well, everything was, like you said, Matthew was, devastating, and the ramp that held the dock on that I was fishing was inverted going the other way, so it was
Or new
inclined.
reef. It was like a new reef.
Yeah, so I just like flipped it out under this concrete pad where it's just all shaded, where a big one would
Well,
look.
big girl be laying.
Yeah.
And it was a cold front went through, so the barometer was dropping. It was a good day.
Yeah, and I flipped it out, and I'm like trying to get a fresh bucket of 5-gallon water to keep this 6 and 8 alive because we're coming to the show, like I said. And then all of a sudden, Chris goes, "You're right." I look back and it looked like it was like a marlin taking off, just ripping line off, dude. And it's like 60-pound test on my my cobia rod, and it's running right for that
Structure.
incline,
For
yeah,
the
that
structure.
incline of the ramp right there. It's a metal ramp, so I'm thinking he's going to cut me off any second. So I just stopped my reel, and it just went like a semi truck stopping, and it went foom and turned and came right at me, and I'm like reeling as fast as I can. And got him tight again, and it was right at the boat, and he came up and boiled the size of the boat. It's
Manhole
bigger than-
cover, manhole cover.
And these other dudes were just rebuilding the dock next to him. What is it? What is it? Me and Chris. I said, Chris, get the net. He dipped that, got him in the boat, and we started dancing in a circle, holding each other. Tournament winner! Tournament winner! We're going to the show. We're like, we roll out
I
there.
love it, man. I love it.
Listen, it's like 12 o'clock.
Yeah, you still
And
have
like-
we weighing ends at 4, so you got 4 hours to get
So
from
we
St.
got
Anne.
an 18 pack of cores, and we started cruising up that way real slow and stuff like just like
Didn't you break down into? Didn't the engine saw one time on the way?
that was the
second year.
Yeah, the year
Okay.
that we got the aggregate. But anyway, we were heading up that way. Our water turns when it gets up here. It's brackish. Our water's a little bit more clear, and then soon as
Then it
we-
gets
so I had
river.
like 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets of our water heading that way. Well, later, how they just start like
Yeah.
they don't look real fresh. So I got some of y'all's water and put it in, and they like, oh my God! And so we were pulling in and weighing. Like when we pulled up to the dock to weigh in, like when they don't like y'all's water up here.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, it's a different color. So I had those fresher buckets just to secure the ride.
But you're a smart guy, dude. I
But
mean,
yeah.
you know what you were doing. And so anyhow, so I'll take it over there real quick. So Joe comes pulling up and we go, we got a boat. They're all like, we got a boat, So, okay. So we all walk down and Joe holds up. He goes, look what I got. He holds up a net and it's full of Coors Light.
Well, what'd y'all catch? A buzz.
And so
At 12 o'clock on.
so get this, Patrick. So then they go, Chip. Because I'm walking around with the red microphone. I go, what? They're going, he's got the fish. I go, what? He's got
a big one.
So tell me the weight of all 3 fish real quick. We're about to go to break here soon.
Well, let's mention that I hear Chip over the intercom go, the person that brings in the first fish that weighs in between 5 and 6 gets an extra $100. I slap a 5.7 up there, and he's like, oh.
I never paid him.
By the way, that's why I'm here tonight. Anyway, so the next fish that Chris
I
caught,
said, let me get an IOU, bro. Let's go.
these 2 fish were almost like in a 3-foot radius of each other. Chris caught an 8-pounder, so the next
So
fish.
you had an 8?
Yeah, 8. I think it was 8-1 or something
And a
like
5.75.
5.7, and then
10.51.
busted out the 10.51.
5.1.
Here we go.
Broke the tournament record by 1/100 of an ounce.
And may I say again, records are made to be broken.
Well, they ain't been broken for a while, bro. So, anyhow, like I said, we're gonna
We'll see what we can do this
going
year.
to. How much time we got, P-Dubs, for our break? We still got a little bit talking.
About another hour.
Four.
Oh, we got a lot of scenes to do. We're just diving in, but we have to take breaks every 30 minutes so we can stretch our legs. But so anyhow, so Joe Capo.
Oh, you mean we're recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh,
But
shit.
then we're gonna go
I'm
to
glad
break.
you can make it, Joe.
Yeah, Joe. I mean,
Once again, I thought we were just doing like a
no,
rough
this
draft.
is us, man. This ain't no draft, bro. I look how he's got the sticker on the hat. Look at the hat.
That's a new style. You hear? I can hear crickets. I hear crickets. Look at the new emblem on the hat.
Hey, so get this. So we're not even done yet. So just a real quick thing. So Joe Capo shows up and he weighs in, and he's got 24. What? Where's your aggregate?
Well, listen, Chris. Chip, to be correct, on 15. That was the year we came in, and Mr. Jimmy Price came in like 10 minutes till last.
But he was
weigh-in.
late.
No. I had the 8 points,
Oh, he bumped you.
but we still had the aggregate.
Yeah, well,
but he
back
bumped me
then,
on big.
let me tell you real quick, because I got to give a history lesson here. So back then, I used to have 2 divisions in the Flounder Pounder. I split the $5,000 into 2,500 first place aggregate, first place big fish. So I was kind of like, so you couldn't win both. I'm not going to let you sweep them. So what happened with Joe both times, he had to pick which one he wanted to win. So the first year he went big fish. Then the second year he said, I'll take the aggregate. So I mean that's a cool thing. But now I just do top 10 ag, because aggregate is the skill.
Well,
I mean, it gives you a chance. If you just got 1 2-pounder, you don't have a chance. You got a 2, a 4, and a 7, then you might catch a check.
well, if you have the big fish, you're definitely in the run-ins right there.
Well, I
too.
do recognize the big fish. I just don't. We don't pay a different division anymore. Now this year, first time will be $10,000 first place, and the baddest trophy in Jacksonville.
And it's going to be the aggregate.
And then it'll be aggregate. It's always been. Where you been lately, stud? I ain't seen you.
Well, my boat
I hear
broke down
crickets,
last
man.
year.
I mean, how long has it been since you even weighed in, bro?
I think 2017.
I think that's a reach.
Yeah.
Hey, can I beat you up a little bit?
Well, the abuse is well taken, so it's not.
Well, you look good. Hey, real quick, we're about to go to break. I want to go.
At least I look good.
I want to go before we go to our break here. I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to Patrick DeVita and DeVita Photography.
What up?
And anybody that needs anything, weddings, life celebration of lives.
P-Dub.
Anything. I'm about to shoot a wallaby.
OnlyFans.
I'm gonna have a wallaby shot. Well, I don't knock it till you try it, right?
Well, I mean, but like I said, all this wouldn't be possible without Patrick P-Dubs over here. I've told him a million times that I'm so glad. But like I said, he needs me and I need him. So it's like you can't do one without the other.
Yin yang.
Yin and the yang. So you want to go to a break? Take a little
do
break?
that.
How much time we got?
Take a break.
You go. You'll hear when we're.
I'll
done.
hear it. So let's
Yeah.
just keep talking real quick. So anyhow, so
So,
Joe,
back
so
in the-
hang on,
back
I'm
in-
taking over now.
Oh.
So
Unfiltered.
hey, so anyhow, Joe walks up, and matter of fact, it was a beautiful fall day. I think I never took my hoodie off, which is rare anymore because we got global warming. Joe walks up with the fish, and then I pull him in there, and Brian Dufek is away, and it's actually that look. Turn around, Joe. This is a logo that Joe's wearing that I used that year, which is the autism puzzle pieces. Move your hair, you hippie. There you go.
Don't be jealous because you.
Anyhow, I don't know if you can see that, but we'll zone in. We'll take a picture and post it out there. So anyhow, Joe, that's the logo, which I actually gave Joe that shirt tonight. That was Tyler's shirt. but he's now double XL because he's so. And don't get he's not fat, dude. Trust me, he's big.
But he's 20 now.
He's 20 years old. Hey,
sure.
happy
I
belated
finally
birthday to my
graduated.
son.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
belated
Tyler.
birthday to Tyler Davis, my
Yes, sir,
inspiration.
and he's the whole reason we're here.
That's the only reason why we're here. I wouldn't even
Funny
ever
how that
met
stuff
you.
works out, isn't it, Chip?
Yeah, it really is.
We
Yeah.
never would had the adversity in our lives not occurred. We never would have met each
Yeah,
other.
we know. I
Never
mean-
would have done this. I wouldn't have had.
And I'll tell you the Patrick story off the air. I mean, it's something that you guys probably need to know because how we.
We'll eventually get into it.
Yeah,
on the
we'll
show
dive
one of
into
these
it, but
days.
we'll talk about it on the break. So anyhow, so he walks up and he weighs in, and anybody that has a chance to go to my YouTube and look for the Mike Pettigo 2016. I don't know. It's like we're a year behind for some reason. I don't know.
Listen, I'm
It's
telling
weird.
you got it backwards.
I know I do. Something's wrong there. So
The
anyhow,
aggregate was the first year
Yeah.
because Mr. Jimmy came in and beat my big fish right there
okay.
at the
All
last
right. Well, you would
second.
know.
And then on 16, Chris and I came in with the big fish, and we took it. And we also had the aggregate.
Right.
So,
So
the
anyhow,
aggregate's getting
and
mixed
then
up
Frank
with-
Bonnie, you let him get in there and win one.
Hey, there's
I hear
room.
the music.
There's room.
Come
There's
on.
room.
Uh-oh.
904 Unfiltered.
Hey guys, we're gonna get back with Joe Capo. We ain't done with this guy yet. Come on.
Bringing it to you real and unfiltered in the 904.
Turn it up, P-Dog.
Well, you know we love you. Well, you know we need you.
You know we need
We'll be
you.
right back, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll check it out. We'll come around with round two with Joe Capo Fishing Show. Let's go.
We go. We need you. Davina Photography. Coming to the new Angie Subs location, Atlantic Beach, Florida. Reveal party date coming soon. Party date. Davina Photography. Coming to the new Angie Subs location, Atlantic Beach, Florida. Reveal party date coming soon.
Even the Vega likes it.
Unfiltered, Chip Davis running the show. Patrick DeVita, aka P-Dub, shooting the shots, turning the knobs. Bringing it to you unfiltered in the 904. Joe Capo 904. Unfiltered Fishing Show.
Come on, man. Come on. Dude, I got goosebumps, bro. You got goosebumps? Clay, you got goosebumps? Oh, look at that, dude. I got a hair standing on my... Oh, my God.
What'd you think
Patrick.
about that?
Woo! Give me some. Give me some.
Could you hear Joe? Could you hear Joe?
He's still on cloud nine, bro.
Full moon on the rise. Barometric pressure's
I'm
got
going,
this.
hey, as the Wolf of Wall Street, I went straight from the foam phase to the cerebral palsy stage.
Careful. I don't know that's.
Well, no, that's a
PC.
movie, dude. It's
No,
a
I'm
quote.
messing with you. But
Because
so,
it hit so hard. Did it hit good, Joe?
Like a full moon does on the horizon.
do you agree with the music selected?
Well, you said my name. Of course I agree with you.
No,
That's
I'm talking about the actual music itself, the acid rock kind
It
of
was-
voodoo Jimi Hendrix kind of deal.
an A1, no bars held on that one. That
Do
was
I got the best producer, Joe Capo?
Well,
I mean, it's talking about. Look,
We
I
got
went.
my boy over here. He's coming up.
We-
He's up and coming.
I'm gonna
hey,
say-
step in front of the camera, Clay. Take a bow. Come here.
I don't know if it's going to zoom in, but we'll check it out.
Clay-
just step
Clay-
back. I want. This is Joe Capo's producer.
Clay-Doh, come on.
Just come here and give us a big hug.
Take
We'll
your-
get some applause.
Anyway, the
Here we
reason,
go. There he is. There you go. Anyhow, thank you, Clay. So
All right, get
Clay,
back.
so Clay is a Jacksonville resident, and he was
Grab your headphones back, Clay.
yeah, he was able to come in. Him and Joe Capo, which is a very marketable person, because Joe is the fishing show. So Clay and Joe
Sounds
hooked
good.
up, and it really, in this day and age of YouTube and all that, most of your really successful YouTubers all have their own paid producers and cameramen that go with them. They're on the payroll. So we're not as fortunate, but I feel like Patrick should be on the payroll because he's one bad.
Big.
Yeah. Okay.
I second that motion.
So I'm very blessed to have the man sitting to my left, but also the guy to my right is making my job easy tonight.
Yeah.
I can flow all
This
day
man
with this
right
cat.
here. It's
I mean, when sometimes you're with some people and you're like, you can't wait for the show to be over, but then there's people who are like,
I want another segment. I want another segment,
dude. I mean, I'll sit here and talk with this guy, and I mean, if you don't like this episode because it's too long, well, you know, I think it might be the best. But I'm telling you right now, I'm in no
We're
hurry.
setting a bar.
I am no hurry to stop this show.
You know what bars are set for?
To be broken.
Absolutely.
Have you looked at our videos from the beginning to where we are today, and within a month, Patrick has completely took this whole studio and turned it into, and coming from Clay over there,
Professional.
He said it's very professional, and coming from a young.
That.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
appreciate that.
and you know what? It was all a vision, and I'll tell you right now, I am a delegator. I know what I want, but I can't do it.
You know what the crazy part is?
What's that?
We're just getting started.
That reminds me of I got my shit together, but I need to pick it up.
Echo.
That's that one.
Echo on this one?
Nope, coming out. I think. Am I echoing a little bit?
No, you're
Echo.
It's I just turned your
You're
volume.
coming in
There we
loud
go.
and clear over here, Captain.
And, turn me back up just a hair because I feel like
that
I'm
was,
being cheated.
Roger that, Cap.
I saw you wanted to touch my board. I would have smacked your hand.
So getting back real quick to about thinking.
I want to say this Irie and mixing Irie is
it's really good.
really tasty.
It really is. I'm on my second one. Thanks, Nick Rochelle, and
How many flavors do they have, Chip?
oh man, I feel bad. I know they got two.
Well,
Cherry lime is my favorite.
This is the other one. It is the.
you just messed up my display completely.
I don't know.
So that's the
ginger
cherry,
lime.
He said that's like a Moscow Mule without the real sweet of the ginger beer.
Yeah, it's real. I mean,
It's got a nice. It's got.
It's
You
really
can,
really good.
You can taste what it
It
is.
makes me warm and fuzzy inside.
There we go.
You can taste what it's flavored, but it's not like a hit you in the face. But it's not like the other crappy seltzers
no.
that it's like
It's
so
flavorful.
light.
It's
You
got
can
a nice
actually
flavor
taste
to it.
and it's refreshing. It doesn't give me heartburn like the other stuff.
It's got a
does.
really good.
So, anyway,
Well, anyhow, but like Mix and I, we love you, but
Yeah, you guys
now
are good people.
they're really good people, and to have somebody like that already coming in and supporting us on our third podcast, hey, I
Jeez,
still feel like I got to echo. I mean, I don't want to be
You're
redundant.
blessed. You're blessed.
I don't want to be redundant. Just drop me some volume real quick.
You're blessed.
you're,
to have-
your volume down.
No, but I mean, I'm just, I can hear.
Okay.
Drop a little. Come up. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's just a
good?
little adjustment. Yeah. Hey, nobody's a paid professional here, right?
This actually makes good.
I feel
good
pro though. I
podcast
feel like
radio.
we're pros. I feel like we're pros. What do you think, Joey?
All A1 professional.
I mean, it's like there's no dead air. Crickets.
Well, I mean-
Cricket.
Well,
Let me hit the damn buttons. Let me do that.
Patrick, that's your cue.
All right,
I don't go on cues.
So we're running off. Let me get back on script. So Joe Capo ends up winning the 2015 Flounder Pounder was your first one, right?
Right. That
And
was,
you won the aggregate that year.
that's right.
And
And,
then
Mr. Jimmy Price
Jimmy
came
Price,
in
yeah, he-
last 10 minutes, had a 9-pounder, and we had 8.9.
So you had to decide. Both of you kind of. I mean, whoever.
well, no, he had the big fish.
So you moved. You had both categories. You moved out of one, and he slid up.
That year it was both. Could either have either or.
Right, but you
So-
couldn't win both.
No,
You can't sweep it. So you have to
So I
decide.
bowed
what you're
down
gonna
to
win.
the biggest fish because I think that was the most like everybody wants to see the big fish.
But you've won both divisions though.
that was the next year.
If you'd have went big fish, they're like, well, you didn't win aggregate. It's all luck.
They would have said I was cheating or something.
So let me ask you this, Joe. How did you decide going out? I know it's been a minute, but when you went out on that tournament, what was your first and foremost? What was your first thing, number one on your list that you had to get done?
Catch bait, live
Yeah.
bait. I'm a live
It's
bait
a true
kind of
thing.
guy.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, you don't do lure? You don't
No.
throw lures?
Only in certain conditions when I can't catch live bait.
I saw you throwing a 52M. What do you know about that lure?
That was one that my father gave me, and he has bone cancer right now. So I'm like,
God bless him.
He gave me
Sorry
some of
about
his stuff, and then I
I
used
saw
it.
you ripping lips with it.
Yeah. And my uncle has the patent on the number where he knows the number that's dead.
Oh, the 18 to 52. I know them all too. You can always ask me too.
It catches Jack Crevel.
It'll catch bluefish. It'll catch a lot of stuff.
Well,
You
then
gotta show Joe your fishing
My
lure.
dad took me
I know.
down to the spot where we caught trout when I
We
was
will on the
younger.
next break.
So that's what I went down there and reminiscing with my dad's thoughts in my mind, and I caught Jack Crevel's.
Well, so we know. So there's something to be really proud of what we've done. You are the 2-time winner, which I told you no one's ever won it 3 times. You are the record holder, which was 24.9.
9.6, yeah.
Yeah, that might not ever be.
Not one,
broken.
Well,
and it does
But
100th
that was
of,
again a year you
To
couldn't claim.
put it in
both.
perspective, this year's aggregate weight was 15 pounds. He had 24.
We did.
There you go.
We did.
That kind of puts it in perspective.
Chris and I did swipe the Calcutta that year, and things got a little heated by,
Oh, you were drunk?
No, haters.
Oh well,
Haters.
we're not
haters
even,
are-
look,
but
we're not going to let these guys live free
don't
on
hate
my
the
show.
player. You got to
They're
hate the
not-
game.
no.
They're not living free on my show. I mean, haters haters are what.
Well,
and I don't mean that in a bad
I'm
way,
like
but
Bonnie Wright. Let's give them something to talk
there's
about.
certain things that will drive you inside and fuel your fire. And I always tell people, if you want me to fail, then don't talk behind my back.
And you know what, Chip? We're gonna have haters. We're gonna have trolls.
But that's what I'm saying. But
comments,
those are the ones that you
people.
want to really. I mean, I have a lot of great people that love me, and I don't do it for the wrong reasons. But you don't think people said that I spend the money, and there's been word that I was in.
Sure do have a nice boat out there.
But everything I own, I work for.
He
But
gave the boat away
No,
that he
I'm
won.
gonna tell you, the day I met you is like the first time, like I knew you were real. Like you can. I got a good judge of character.
Sure.
When I met you, I was like, I was a little arrogant and say, I'm gonna win your tournament tomorrow.
But you were right.
but he did do it.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
You know.
You know.
So I mean,
But-
it's something when people can back it up. But so getting back, I mean, the haters are going to hate. But there's something that they can never do, regardless if I never.
But they're in your spot when you get there next time.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're spot luggers. But what you have to remember is like there's something they're never going to take away from you, Joe. I mean, there's something. They can hate all you want, but have you done it? Well, I never seen you on my podium. So you went in 2 tournaments, and I want to get in touch on the guy, and we need to give him props. God, I swear I sound like I'm echoing.
Easy for you to say.
Is there like
As
the
my partner
music part
Chris
on?
Bush.
Pull the mic away from your face a little
How
bit.
about now? I just feel like it's echoing. I mean, not a bad thing. Hey guys, we're still new to this.
No, I'm less green.
Roll on.
We're rolling. All right, you're good. Maybe it's just my hearing.
But in this
This
moment,
way, how about that?
in this that's good.
Does that sound
Don't
better?
stare
I
at-
think your mic needs to be a little bit away from you.
Oh well, hey, shut up, man.
You're
I like-
projecting. You're
Mine,
excited.
if I was right here, you'd hear me
Yeah,
a
but
little
I
more.
feel like
but
with these, they're not directional mics. That you might feel faded.
I think I do.
I swear, one year I was going to buy you a golden mic, and because remember the year I had the big fish, and you
threw it
just
down.
barely had that.
Oh, I gave him the mic
He
for like 2
gave me the
seconds.
microphone, and he's chasing me around with the microphone. He's like, "Hey!"
He ran away with my microphone, which nobody does.
Well, since we're in a segue, we're getting ready to go back. I forgot my drink, and I'm thirsty.
Well, how much time we got?
I'm gonna say
we got plenty of time. We got another 10, 12
mix
minutes.
and Irie
Grab me a
is
drink, sir.
very refreshing.
Which one would you like?
Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. I mean, I prefer a koozie.
Yeah, there are some nice looking koozies. Once
It's
again, we want to thank Nick, Rochelle, and the guys over there. I mean, these guys they're gonna grow, and we're gonna grow with them. And we love supporting them, and anything that we can do to help the Mix and Irie crew go. I can't wait to get those guys in here. I mean, it's gonna be fun to have them on the air.
And I want to
Cheers.
thank P-Dub and Chip Davis for just having me tonight. It's just been a
It's
blessing.
been fun, hasn't
It's
it?
been a blessing. And
We ain't done.
We're like I said, we're just getting started.
Let's party.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you said to me earlier when I was scrambling to get things done, Joe. You're like, dude, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
It's so time consuming. People don't even fathom what we do just to get the film.
I have to check out and go to a different part of my brain, and it just happens.
And then he's got to deal with me.
Wait a minute.
Then he's got to deal with me.
You have 2 parts of your brain.
You actually have 2 parts as well. It's a
Well, I mean, but also he has to put up with me because sometimes I'm like he's such a perfectionist. I like it to be perfect, but I don't want to wait sometimes. So, but anyhow,
Impatience.
yeah.
how much time we got till break? I'm just curious.
Another
You got
28
at least
minutes.
12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got
All right,
plenty
so
of
let's
time.
do this. I want to ask Joe Capo a question. I want you to talk about your partner, and I'll let you take it from here. And sometimes you got to have the right person to achieve your goals. And in fishing, you can bounce around to different partners. But when I won a bunch of tournaments, I only had 2 main partners. And a lot of times when you have a 2-man team, egos will break the team up. You know what I mean? And I'll let you talk about that real quick. But when it becomes anything that's a 2-man team, it's somebody's getting more press than the other one. So, but if you can go back to the guy that you won with, because you have to fish with somebody that you're comfortable with and you want to fish with and you're not going to argue with and you're going to trust your intuition and where you say go. So after that, I'll let you say what you got about that. Who's your guy?
Now that you put it in a new perspective there, Chip, made me think about it a little bit harder. And I think that when all the moon and stars and everything lines up, because there's all kinds of timings in this world. There's a good time, There's great
Oh shit, we got
times.
Wu Chung over here now, man. He's
There's-
meditating on me. I want the
There's
old
bad
Joker.
timing. There's bad timing, and there's only one perfect timing, and that's when you're fishing with Joe Capo. And I've been blessed to have a neighbor that was right next to me and had a boat. And he goes, Joe, you want to go fishing? I said, I've been waiting for you to go fishing. And that was Chris and I. We'd go fishing.
Oh, that was Chris.
When I get home from work.
Oh, okay.
Or doing something my day, or he was getting done, he'd put the boat in. We'd put the boat in. More times you go, the better chance you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Then
I mean,
you learn to be gel with your partner, though, too. You have to learn how to. What's your strength? I'm not. You might be the guy throwing the net, getting the bait.
And-
You're obviously. He's a good fisherman. You're a good fisherman. But at the end of the day, team staying together is tough.
He's a great friend. I don't have best friends. I have a great friends, and he's one of the top 10. And I like right now, if he said, "Let's go fishing, let's load up." I'm
Well,
waiting.
what's the chances y'all getting together for the 16th annual Flounder Pounder?
I'm down. I'm down with anybody who wants to fish with me. Teach a child.
Yeah, but you've been down that road before lately, dude. You ain't done nothing since 17. I mean, maybe it's because you don't have the right
Is that a
partner.
call
Or
out?
maybe I don't
think
have
Well,
to
that's a call out, but I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
it's
I mean,
I
you
don't
gotta have the
have
right
to
guy, dude.
prove.
It ain't. You can't just jump in a boat with somebody the night before,
But
dude. You got
just
to have
can't jump over
continuity.
me. Listen, I have nothing to prove.
Well, you don't. But I mean, don't say
I
you just
have
you
nothing-
jumped in the last 3 years. It's either
Enough
my
said
motor's
about
broken, the
On
guy
to the
didn't
next
show
question,
up.
please.
The excuses are long, dude.
I don't have it. Hey, and I have no time for excuses. I'm gonna have.
I bring out the best in you, none.
Listen, you can ask Chris. We were gonna go fishing anyway. It just happened to be
So
on the
let's
day of a tournament.
give Chris a shout out, man. Seriously, go ahead.
Hey, without Chris
What's his last name?
Bush.
Chris Bush.
And
He was
he's-
there with Joe
he-
Capo, won 2 in a row. They were a team.
Yeah, and you're the one that keeps saying that we need to get back together. It's up to Chris. I'll fish with anybody.
There you go.
Would
Well,
you ever fish against Chip Davis?
He don't want none. Listen, he can
Well,
catch a
it's so
trout.
funny.
He can catch
It's
a
so
trout.
funny is like I don't fish tournaments anymore. I just put on the best tournaments in Jacksonville. That's what I like to tell people. It's kind of like a cop out.
And I'm
But I really have nothing to prove. I won some big tournaments in town, so it's like
12 rounds of undisputed.
let's get ready to rumble.
Did you tell Joe about my idea?
Chris, hey, listen. So
lures
listen.
versus-
Back to
Live bait versus lures?
Oh yeah. Well, he's a baity.
Yeah,
well-
it'll work perfect, I think.
I'm seasonal.
What's your favorite bait for big flounder?
I'm gonna say a 6 to 8 inch mullet.
Hey, I got to get you with Little Man.
Little man was one of my really
Little
good
Man's on
friends.
that wall.
He should be.
He is.
He
Got a 9-pounder.
Yeah, and he called that 14 last year.
Little Man will be coming on with us, man. I might try to get Joe and Little Man together. That might be a riot, man.
Oh Lord,
That could be a really good show, man.
he better bring some shrimp.
Yeah. I was just saying, basically, the zooms.
That's all right. Let her zoom. Let's zoom on to a break, man. I'm ready to get me a cold one.
gonna do
Cold
that?
yeah, let's go mix an
listen.
We'll go to a break.
I like giving the cues.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Wait a
I
minute,
jumped.
producer. Listen, so back to the action, Captain.
Back to the lecture.
I'm going to tell you right now, I love Chris Bush as a brother, and just as I love you as a brother. We've experienced things that nobody else can fathom.
Absolutely.
And all we have left in this world's a memory, and I've got some great ones with
Amen to
him.
that.
And I'm ready to make some more. Chris, tighten up. We're going fishing.
You heard it. Oh, my God. Is that going to a break?
I'm doing big style.
Come on. Give me some volume, Phil. All right, hey, gang, get to us. We're going to our second break. I'm Chip Davis. That's Patrick DeVita, P-Dubs, a.k.a. And we got Joe Capo in the house. We'll be right back. We're taking a break.
Mix and Iris.
Davina Photography. Coming to the new Angie Subs location, Atlantic Beach, Florida. Reveal party date coming soon. Party date. Davina Photography. Coming to the new Angie Subs location, Atlantic Beach, Florida. Reveal party date coming soon.
Yeah,
904 freestyle, heat rising from the sand. Catching flounder barefoot, fish flopping in my hand. Flexing, steady rolling deep. Chip the dip, snacking, talk about secrets we keep. Hottest balls in make port sweat, drip and sizzle. Cracking jokes quick, wit like a chisel.
Oh, yeah.
In the
There you go. So we're kind of like, we can do it all, baby. I mean, we can rock we can get some good rock and roll, but we got a little beat to us. I mean, we're not in the grave yet. I mean, we are all getting a little older.
We get a little bit funky.
So, yeah, I'm still echoing, whichever that volume was.
No, it's
There we go. There we go. Up a little bit more. Up. Perfect. I think that was
You
good.
said perfect, and that's why I just turned it.
Well, I know, but there you go. It's still come down a little bit. Perfect. What do you think, Clay?
I've never heard it yet.
I think you guys are just amazing.
Perfectionist.
Yes.
So anyhow,
Mix
come
and
up
Irish.
with my volume on that one.
On your mic.
Mix and Irish.
There we go.
So this
okay.
line here is your.
That's the mic.
This is optimal.
Okay.
These big bold lines. That's optimal.
Well, I want it a little bit louder. I just threw my headphones. Come on. There we go. That's what I want. All right, so we got to back
sure
it down.
you're right.
We got to back it down a knob.
The mic or the volume?
That one right there.
That one.
Whatever that one is.
What are you,
That-
4?
There. Come on.
No,
there.
904.
All right, there we go. All right, it's perfect. Anyhow, so coming back on our third segment.
Yeah, this is
This is our third segment.
installment of this evening's
Whew,
podcast.
I'm exhausted, man. I mean, I had to go have a sore throat lozenge and everything, man. I'm like losing my voice. But I want to come back off this break and talk about our sunglass sponsor, Chris and Nicole up there in Roanoke, Virginia, where my girlfriend Piper lives. Love you, Piper Nix. I'm going to let Joe Capo give us his honest, not influencer style, sugar
You want a drum roll? Before
Yeah, I want a little drum roll.
Drum roll, and then Joe's ready to go. So drum roll, please.
Let me check this thing out.
So these are my custom Miggy sunglasses from Roanoke, Virginia. They came down for the Triple Challenge. They sponsored. They donated $600. We all wore their glasses, and I'm telling you right now, guys, I've been wearing sunglasses forever. You can say what you want. The way that they build these sunglasses and the nose piece elevates the pressure instead of your temples, just give them a try. Now, Joe Capo, I want your honest opinion.
And you'll always get it after I break them. All right. Actually, I like the color because they match my hat.
I like that honest opinion.
Well, to the T, they're really comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, they're lightweight. I can, and it's not overpowering dark because, I know I'm getting older.
Well, they have different lenses, too. So they have different lenses.
So, I mean, I like that it's a smooth, cool feeling like your eyes.
Are those
looking out.
polarized, Chip?
Yeah.
They're polarized, yeah.
Well, heck yeah.
So
I like
big
the truck.
shout out to Chris, some Miggy sunglasses. What we're gonna do coming up, guys, in some of the next episodes and all, we're collaborating with these guys too. That we're gonna have like a 30 and whatever percent that they want to give for listening to our podcast. For that time when we drop the podcast, it might be up for maybe a day because they could turn it off and on with the discount code. And we're gonna be running some specials because we want everybody to support a small business, let it grow. Watch it grow, water that thing, and go. Hey, man, it's hard to build a brand. 15 years of Flounder Pounder, it ain't easy.
Chip Davis, you remember my saying that's been driving me?
What's that?
Tell me no.
I was just about trying to recite
Tell me
that.
no, watch me grow.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. When people tell me no, I want to watch you grow.
I'm gonna do it harder and stronger than I ever did. And these guys with these glasses, and guys and girls, I'm sorry, they've got a great product. They're light, they're sturdy.
And they were out there at the Triple Challenge. They're coming back for the Flounder Pounder.
They
so they'll
drove
have
all
a
the
booth.
way down here.
Sweet.
Yeah, they drove all the way down here.
I'd like to get a pair beforehand.
Well, I'm thinking we could probably make it happen.
Which part of Virginia?
Roanoke.
Roanoke. That's not a quick drive.
So we want to thank that. So also we want to go ahead, and I got a couple questions I want to ask Joe Capo because he's already told me this is like the best night he's had in forever because being able to come in here on this podcast and actually talk and and walk down history. I mean, walk down memory lane and relive the juice. That's what I call it. When you win my tournament, it's called the juice. All right? It's like nobody cares about the money as much as you would think. They want the title. And if you can walk out of there,
the trophy.
I know you do. If you can walk out of there in 2025, you can not only walk away with $10,000, you can walk away with the title, and you are the Flounder Pounder for 2025. And Joe's had the chance to relive it twice, and it's just the juice, man. Is it the juice, Joe?
It's the best feeling I've had in a while. That day that I won, it was like I was on top of the world, and you made the venue like it was classic. It was like classy, and it's like a stadium kind of like venue. And
You know why I did that, right? Everybody knows the story.
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
So when I won the biggest tournament of my life in 2000, There was nobody there, man. It was like 15 people in a grassy field. And I go, I said, if I ever have the opportunity to run my own tournament, you're going to make sure, damn sure, no, you win my tournament. Because number one, you're not going to get the microphone away from me.
I guarantee that.
But Joe, what does it really mean to be a Flounder Pounder, man? To be the champion
It's
of
a
that
different
tournament.
level of status of like, yeah, I mean, you get a lot of respect from people like, you know, the Flounder Pounder, the name has been heard before, but when I heard that you had this tournament called the Flounder Pounder, and my granny's been calling me that since I was 14, I figured I might want to get into it. And that was the day I met you, and I was like, man, it's for a good cause. You know what I meant?
And you told me, Joe, earlier when I first met you, this tournament and the other tournament with all me too, that you fished for what reason?
For the cause, you know, the other one was a cure.
Anglers for the Cure, yeah.
Yeah,
Colorectal cancer. Yeah,
Yeah,
his father passed away with
I think I asked
with colon
Joe the
cancer.
question.
I believe
I know, but
it's
hey.
for the Tatas, I think.
No, but I mean, I know I'm walking Joe a little bit. But he won first place flounder with the Anglers for the Cure, which is a triple challenge.
And first place and second place redfish. All we were missing
damn,
was
I didn't know about all that.
Oh, I didn't tell you that part.
That's why I asked
Y'all,
Joe to
I'm
put
not.
it.
I'm more than just a flounder guy, but I love fishing at all times. I mean, anything. Everybody loves something that tries to get away from them. I don't care who you are.
Ain't that right?
Ain't it true about everything? But but to having that, like, you're coming with me. You come back over here and bring it back inch by inch, second by
You know,
second.
I've never really caught a big flounder. I think my biggest flounder is only like 7 pounds.
I told you.
Only
let's
7
go.
pounds.
I told you.
What's yours? What's your biggest flounder?
He's got a-
13, and it was caught at the conch house.
That's a lot easier to clean. I hate cleaning flounder.
It was on a shrimp that looked like a lobster.
prawn.
It was,
He got thrown off a shrimp boat and he was
Well, my
green as
buddy-
orange.
Little man's ruby reds.
Yeah. No, these are the ones that stink so bad you put on a hook and you can smell it forever.
It's what Berkeley Bait made their
Stink
gulp out.
bait.
Yeah, they go.
It was a
gulpy.
true stink bait.
But anyway, that my friends had his kids down there, and he bought him some bait, and he was like the broker for the sailboat place there.
Right.
And the kids were fishing down there at the spot all day. I came in from the boat one day, and I was like, "Man, do you mind if I go down there and hang out?" Because I know his kids real well. And we were hanging out, and I looked in there, and there was one bait left, and it was like a giant lobster or baby lobster, but the
A
biggest.
prawn.
Yeah, I flipped that.
Like a prawn?
Yeah, I flipped that thing out there.
Was it
and
live or dead?
It was alive.
Okay.
Well, only for a few seconds. That 13-pound hit it, and it felt like a.
Put me the thumb. Hit my hand. Boom.
It felt like a shotgun, like
Yeah,
kick
all the way
back.
up your arm. It's
Dude,
just, nobody knows it's
and it
called
sat there.
knock knock.
It didn't move after that, and when I set the hook, the marina came alive, and I was like, it blew up. And I don't know if you ever been to the conch house, but people walk up and down the dock.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 people going, "Get him, Joe!" And by the end of it, 60 people are going, "Get him,
How many,
Joe!"
did he try to get you around the pilings and everything? He was working you? Did you have to walk the dock?
I walked him, and I worked him for about 10 minutes and got him to where he was tired. And I told one of the dock hands, Jay Shear, to go grab a gaff off the boat. He went and grabbed the gaff, and when I was fighting him, he went over my shoulder and hit my line.
You never hit the line.
I backhanded him into the. Hey, listen, I grabbed the gaff and I dove out there when his line broke off, and I snagged him and threw him on the dock. He flipped on the dock, and you could hear a roar across the conch.
And he weighed what? How much he weighed? 13 what? How about
Golfer's
some applause?
clap.
Give him some applause there, Patrick.
Yeah. But you know, that was a moment of the biggest flounder that I ever caught. But I've been catching them since I was a kid.
Well, you know, I had the opportunity to hold a 14.85. Little man caught that 14-pound 8.5.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a stud.
He brought it
Doormat.
straight to me. He caught it. He caught it the Saturday after Thanksgiving at the Atlantic Dry Dock, which is off
And the
limits.
little man's another. Is he?
He's a flounder pounder. He won 2012.
Yeah, so he
He's a
knows that
one-time
feeling.
winner.
He
Yeah,
knows that
he'll
He'll be
feeling.
on here.
Yeah, he'll be on here. Yeah,
I know,
matter of
I
fact, we
love
might
Little
try
Man.
to get both of you guys on here. I think that would
Tell
be a
him
pretty
bring
good
us some
show.
shrimp.
I don't think I've got the anxiety levels to deal with all of you at one time. To be honest, with you.
Gus!
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Gus! He'll be
This
wheezing.
mix
He'll be
and
like
Irie,
wheezing.
this mix and Irie,
It's got something going. Hey, Nick,
got a
let's
little
send
kick.
this stuff, man. I mean, I don't want to act like I'm a lightweight and I'm over here like pounding them because they're so delicious. But I got a really good buzz, man.
it tastes like ginger ale to me, but I mean with a kick.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm at my age right now. If you think I'm gonna sit up here and not drink a cold beer or drink a mix and Irie, then don't follow
Well, then
me.
you're not unfiltered.
Exactly. Well, don't follow me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to give you everything
This
I
ain't
got.
your mama's
this is
radio.
true and unfiltered. You know, you get what you see.
Oh shit! Did you hear the Lord talking to us on the moment of that?
Oh my God. Is that
That's thunder.
Is that thunder outside?
Yeah, that was sick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right on time, dude.
I don't-
Boom, baby.
Run for cover, baby.
Should I be going like God?
I'm gonna say, without Jesus, we couldn't catch a fish. He was a fisherman.
We wouldn't be allowed here, but we're not going into that. But
We're not going down that road, but let me
I
take
don't
over. I'm
talk-
the alpha
I do
male.
have a question though.
I don't talk politics.
From either
We don't do politics or religion.
from
It's out
either
of it.
Chip or
Thank
from Joe.
God for Trump.
I need
Stop right there. Just
I need
stop.
an answer to
What do you
this.
need?
What qualifies a flounder as a doormat? What's the smallest doormat?
10 plus.
10
10 plus.
No.
Is it
No,
inches or
it's a 10
pounds?
plus.
A doormat. Everybody has a different size doormat.
Well, what do you consider a doormat? A
8
7?
pounds.
That's
Is it the
that's a
weight or is it
handicap.
the
everything?
Well,
Everything
I was
said.
long and skinny before, and they didn't have weight, and then
Everything
short
is
and
everything
fat.
between the speckled trout
Like
and the
my
flounder
women.
pounder. Everything is based on 10 pounds plus. 8, 9. Is,
Then
you
there's
can't
not
round
only
up.
about 20 people in the whole world that's caught a 10-pounder.
Well, you have.
I know, I'm one of the
Eddie
20.
Capper has. Let's talk about the goat. Let's talk about
I'm
the
going
goat.
to talk
real quick.
greatest of all times.
See the goat right there?
Tom Brady status.
Hey, come back here, Joe to Earth. You see the poster right there? Who's
I
that
want-
guy right there? That's Eddie Capper.
It looks like a fisherman.
Well, dude, it took
Look
me-
at that guy right there. I'm going to tell you.
That's my son. You're wearing his shirt, so don't you dare give it away. If I find out you give it away, I'm gonna whip your little ass.
Well, don't
all
get
the way
mad I
back
gave
to
it
St.
away.
Augustine.
Tyler,
Yeah, but don't give that shirt
Tyler,
away.
your
I said,
dad
don't get
gave
mad.
me a
I gave it
shirt.
away.
Oh yeah, we want it back, Patrick? 'Cause I
No.
did take it. I did kind of like Indian give to you.
I don't know that that's PC, but anyway. So
Okay.
when I heard you guys talking in the year that
Thunder.
Joe won,
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
it was. Well, that was interesting. So the year that Joe won was the year of that shirt. So I couldn't not
I
pass that
know,
on.
and you got a big heart, man. I don't care. I'll
Joe,
get the
did you
shirt
bring
off
your
my
trophies?
back.
Well,
Tell him
literally.
what happened today about the trophy, Joe.
Tell me about those trophies.
Well, Chip got me so excited saying be here on time and be here on time. Well, guess what? I left the trophy at the house. But it's in a good spot. Nobody's going to get it.
Retard.
It's not the trophy that I wanted anyway. It's the one that Eddie Cabs got.
He was so
up there.
excited. He was in Jacksonville at noon today.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11
So,
o'clock.
you know, guys, it's getting a little silly. And that's my key to wrap it up because I don't want this show.
Unfiltered.
No, well, let me, Joe, it's my show. Okay. I love you.
I think you should have me as a regular on.
I think we can. We'll take a poll. Can you put a poll up on our thing and put a poll and ask if you want Joe Capo to come back?
Yes, Massa. I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
It
out.
don't
But
matter
listen,
if
so
they-
what, so
I'm
what we're
coming
going to do.
back anyway.
I have another
You will
surprise.
be back, Joe. You
I have
will be
another
back.
surprise
and,
for
and
Mr.
Clay, you'll be
Capo.
back too.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, thank you so much for sitting
We're
in.
gonna do.
and also
Clay and I
want-
are gonna do big things.
I want to thank a few
But
people.
go
Myself.
ahead, Joe. The mic's all yours. I promise I
My
won't say
avid
nothing.
angler gave me a brand new rod, the pin battle, and gave me the new rod and some new line and stuff. I want to thank you there, Chip at Avid Angler, and then I also want to thank Cheryl for her ongoing loyalty for St. Augustinians. Thank you.
Minorcans?
Yeah. Hey, there's a it's a dying breed. Yeah, yeah, and hashtag we're doing that. Genesis Air, my lifelong friend Wade Taylor's got me going on. So back to the show, Unfiltered.
Back to
Well,
Let's
I gave you enough time, but it was really struggling for me because I really wanted to walk you. But you know, I'll
It's
do
all
that. I'll
good.
do that at 1 o'clock in the morning when
All
I
right,
call
let's
you.
do it again.
That's the power. That's the power of the producer.
Hit that thing,
You don't?
baby.
No, not yet. I got something.
shit, I
I
got
got something.
restraints.
No, you're turned off, my man. So,
Turn me off.
everybody, please go to Instagram. Check out at Davida Photography, please. And I can't pronounce it yet. I'm trying. Chip, how do you say that?
Mix and Irie.
Mix and
Nick
Irie.
Rochelle, the boys over there, go ahead and support their business. Dude. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what's in it, man, but it's pretty good. Hey, we'll have to go and get the ingredients for Nick. You know, I mean, he's such a stud. But we're going to break this thing down. It was an amazing time. I got Joe Capo's fishing show. He will be back, people. I got P-Dubs on my left. Best freaking... hey, man, without P-Dubs, this thing don't roll. And we're going to let you guys... We're gonna roll it on out right here. We love you guys. Peace.
Unfiltered,
We gone.
Chip Davis running the show. Patrick DeVita, aka P-Dub, shooting the shots, turning the knobs, bringing it to you unfiltered in the 904. Joe Capo 904. Unfiltered fishing show.